Back to Slowpoke Racing and to the Ultimate Racing League. We are with our Sunday evening, I was going to say afternoon then, with our Sunday evening championship. We're with the League 2 guys, and this is round 2. We are at Willow Springs International Raceway at Big Willow, or the world's biggest sandpit. In the USA, in a place called Rosamond, actually, just in California, north of LA. Bit of a depleted grid this time. Just before we get into that, I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. That's W.GG, the energy drink for gamers, and also Eldridge Air Conditioning. Big thank you to those guys for helping us get these races to you. And as I said, this is round 2 with League 2. And yeah, look what fantastic scenery we have before us. Now, as I said, a bit of a depleted grid, really. We only have 9 on the starting grid. All the others, apparently, they decided to have a sandcastle making competition, which was all going great until it got to judging, and then things got a little bit ugly and a fight broke out. And they were all arrested and taken off to jail. So they're still there, apparently. Lawyers are dealing with it. But unfortunately, they couldn't make it for the race. So we only have 9. So let's have a spin round, shall we? And have a look at the 9. So after 10 minutes of qualifying, this is how the grid stacks up. So just because there's 9, I just thought I'd do a quick grid walk so we can get another look at the cars. So... out on pole position then is Frowny in the AlphaTauri, and I've been asked to have a look at the graffiti on the back of his car, and yeah, there we go, a bit of Bart Simpson sort for you. So well done to Frowny. And now I've got a feeling that might change every week. There was something different last week. This week it's a bit of Bart Simpson. So yeah, there's a challenge for you, Frowny. I'm asking you to change it every week. So let's see what happens, shall we? In second then on the grid, let's just get a little bit higher up so we can have a look at this, is Harry Poppins. Looking all very fantastic in blue and yellow there with the Rizzlers. So that's Harry Poppins. In third is Wayne G. Not sure if I like that colour or not. Wayne, he does like the purple wheels though, doesn't he? Either purple or red, I believe, is the thing for Wayne G. So that's Wayne G in third. Fourth on the grid is Scott. Let's have a bit of a look at Scott, shall we? In the Buzzing Hornets. Fantastic livery, that is. Yeah, really like that livery. I forgot who it was that did that now. They did tell me last week, so I do apologise for that. I think it might have been Vodka Rob, actually. But yeah, fantastic livery on that car. So fifth. I think it's fifth anyway. I seem to have lost my place a bit now. Enzo Jack in the pilot livery, all in the McLaren. You can see it is a one make. They're all in the McLaren 650. Then he's got his teammate behind him. And now I am lost now, actually. It's, who is it? What we got? We've got 9, so 6. Who's in 6 then? That's Pete. Sorry, Pete. Pete in 6 in the pilot as well. Then we've got Firepower in 7th. He's in the Rocket or Rocket. How do you say that? Rocket? Rocket? But that's Firepower in 7th. Just behind him in 8th is Aussie Rooster in the 7-Up. Livery, looking cool. Just do one of them myself now, actually. And in 9th, apparently a bit of a late entry. I've not, it's not official. It's just a word in my ear that it was a late arrival. So he just, well, whether he got a better lawyer than the others, I don't know. But he did get out and get on track. And that's Vodka Rob down in 9th. So that's how the grid stacks up. So if I can get out of this one and onto the main plat, we'll get this one underway, shall we? 21 lap races here at Big Willow. The first one is soft tyres only and is a sprint race, and the second one is mediums and hards. Now the trouble with Big Willow, it is very punishing. It's very hot out there, the track temperatures is very high, and the tyres do take a proper bit of punishment. So there may well be pit stops for these guys, because as I say, there is a lot of rubber being left on the tarmac. It is, as I said, very hot out there. So Frowney then leads everybody around this sort of opening lap. There's no need to really warm the tyres up. As we go through Budweiser balcony at turn 4, very strange shape this track, and as you will see, there is no real defence against the sand. The curbs are there. If they don't look much, but if you do clip them curbs, then staring at the balloons for. If you do clip them curbs, then you will be sent off into the wilderness, and you may as well take your bucket and spade. It takes you that long to come back. You might as well enter this sandcastle competition. I don't know who won that actually. I think there was like I say, it all got a bit ugly with the judging, so be interested to know who won that one. So everybody just lining up really. It's all very tame at the minute, no real movement, although Vodka Rob is eyeing up the back of Firepower as they come through turn 1 then at Castrol Corner. So what we'll do is we'll jump on board with no we won't. Do you know what, I'm going to leave it until we cross the start finish line. But a bit of a mistake there from Frowney, and that's let Harry Poppins in. So Harry Poppins now takes over the lead at turn 3, up towards Budweiser balcony at turn 4, and Harry Poppins has now taken over the lead of this race. Frowney drops into second with Wayne G hot on his tail in P3 at the minute. Scott's in there in 4th, 5th is Enzo Jack. Pete in 6th with Aussie Rooster in 7th. Then a little bit of a gap opening up between Aussie Rooster and Firepower, and he's got Vodka Rob for company at the back of this pack. So what we're going to do, I'll just show so we can see what the track's like from a driver's eye view. We'll let Harry Poppins go around the final turn at turn 9, literally called turn 9, that's its name. So now we'll jump on board then, and we'll show you a lap with Harry Poppins. So into the braking zone in turn 1 at Castrol Corner. Then it's a short straight then as it leads you into what they call the rabbits here at turn 2. A long sweeping right-hander, feathering that accelerator. Almost hear the tyres screaming their heads off there. Oh, a bit of a mistake from Harry Poppins, but again, up into the braking zone into turn 3. Now you're going uphill, bit of a camber in the road as well. Into turn 4 at Budweiser balcony, very tight right-hander. Then we start on down the hill through turn 5. Then we're into turn 6, Munro Ridge. Again, it's a very tricky turn, that one. Bit of a camber in the road again, but then it is foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal all the way through turn 7, Wings Leg, into turn 8, which is the sweeper. And again, if you go off there, it's a while before you decide to come back again into turn 9, and then we are facing at the start finish line and across the line to start lap 4. So that was a lap on board with Harry Poppins, our current race leader. Frowney took right up underneath the rear spoiler and just deciding to follow him down. Now we are going to keep an eye on some of the tyres, because as I've said, it is very hot out there. The track temperature is quite high, and the tyres are going to get, well, quite a bit of punishment actually. So Wayne G, the front 3 then, no real change apart from Harry Poppins taking over the lead of this race. Scott is there as well. He's not letting them get too far away, is he? So he's just sitting there at the back watching it all unfold in front of him, but staying in touch with the leaders. Enzo Jack in 5th, he's trying to catch back up again. Doesn't want to get them let them get too far away. Well, that was a proper moment then, wasn't it? Aussie Rooster in 6th, bit of a gap opening up in front and behind Aussie Rooster. He does like a lonely race, doesn't he, Aussie Rooster? If I remember last week, he was on his own for quite a lot of the race. Very hard to concentrate when you are on your own. You just got to keep with the consistent laps. Firepower in 7th, so he's made up a space. Vodka Rob in 8th, so Pete must have had a bit of an issue. Oof, well, yeah, I'm not going to go back and try and find it, but Pete must have had one hell of an issue, because he is a long way off the back of Vodka Rob. So, well, he's got it all to do. So I'm guessing that Pete has already gone off track. and drifting off it. Oh, and he's done it again. Almost pitted himself then, and that's the exit of turn 9. That is a proper killer, that turn 9. If you get that wrong, as Peter's found out, you ain't coming back for a while. But back up to the front then. Fantastic view that is. That must be in one of the balloons. They've got a great view, haven't they, the people up in the balloons of this track. But Harry Poppins doing a good job at the minute. Scott with the fastest lap at the minute. He's down in 4th, but he's on a 1:11.9. Wow, that is a fantastic lap time. 1:11. Harry Poppins steady 112s, but the tyres are suffering. Frowny, he's in the 112s as well. Again, the tyres are suffering. Wayne G, now Wayne can look after his tyres. He's putting in the laps at 112s, but he is looking after the tyres a lot better than some of the other guys. Scott on, as I say, fastest guy out there on 1:11. Wow, tyres don't look too bad actually. So, well, he's still there, although he's putting that fastest lap in. He's not really improving on his track position. Enzo Jack, he seems to have the better tyres out of all of them in the top 5 at the minute. So Enzo Jack just sitting there. Maybe he's he's hoping to get to the end of the race without stopping. I'm pretty sure that some of the others, Frowny and Harry Poppins, I'm almost sure will have to stop. We are only on lap 6, so 15 laps to go. Those tyres are just not going to make it to the end. The front left is looking very sorry for itself already. So let's just go down the order a little bit. The trouble when you've only got 9 on the grid is people do tend to spread out quite a lot. Aussie Rooster there in 6, just about see the back end of Enzo Jack, but he really is running a lonely race. Firepower in 7th, also not really coming under a lot of pressure, is he, from Vodka Rob? There's a bit of a gap there, probably 1.5 seconds. Excuse me. Vodka Rob in 8th, and then poor old Pete. Well, this really isn't his track, is it? He's we're on lap 6, and well, it's not going to be long before he's lapped at this rate. So he really is struggling around Big Willow. This is without a doubt one of the toughest tracks in the game, I think. As I've said, it's either tarmac or sand. There is nothing in between. There's no barriers to stop you. There is there's nothing, and once you do go off, you just keep going and going and going. And that's probably what's happened to Pete, unfortunately. But back up to the top, and Harry Poppins, Frowny, Wayne G and Scott all sticking pretty closely with each other actually. Although Harry Poppins, it's not going to be long before he has to pit. Now then, we do have a bit of movement just behind him. Wayne G has made a move and has now decided to pull the trigger and has moved up into P2 as they come around the rabbit's ear. Wayne G leads this little bunch now. Frowny in 3rd and Scott in 4th. So Wayne G saw the opportunity to nick a position and does exactly that. I think he doesn't want Harry Poppins to get too far away. It's okay just following each other around here, trying to save on fuel, etc. But when the leader starts to stretch his legs and pull away, that's when you have to make your move, and that's exactly what Wayne G has done. He's decided he's not going to let Harry Poppins go on his own, so he's going to try and get back onto the back of him and follow him round. Frowny then in 3rd now, with Scott in 4th. So it's going to be interesting then over the next let's just have a look, see if Harry Poppins comes in this lap, or is he going to try and get one more lap out of that front left? He is, I think definitely going to try and get another lap. Fuel not looking too bad actually in these McLarens, so it is going to be the tyres that play a big part. And as you can see there, Wayne G really pushing to try and get onto the back of Harry Poppins. Doesn't want to let him get too far away. Good decision from Wayne G there. Now then, whether he makes a move on Harry Poppins or not, he might just sit there. He just, as I say, just didn't want to let him get too far away, but he looks like he's making a move. He gets on the inside as they go up through turn 3. Just backs out, quite happy to let Harry Poppins carry on and take the lead. Now obviously Wayne G doesn't know what condition Harry Poppins' tyres are in. Whether he gets a call from his race engineer, I'm not even sure the race engineers know. So Harry Poppins, well, that front tyre is nearly dead, isn't it? And Wayne G decides he's going to make a move now as they come down towards the sweeper at turn 8, and Wayne G gets that job done just before they get in there. Through turn 9, Wayne G can carry on now. Those tyres are starting to hurt Harry Poppins. Well, he's going to carry on going. He's going to try for one more lap, but those tyres are hurting him and he is losing grip. Scott now having a look as well at the inside at turn 1, so Scott's decided he's going to have a go. Excuse me. So Harry Poppins decided to stay out for an extra lap. He's going to cost him, I think. He's losing places. Now then, Frowny. Is he going to have a look as Enzo Jack puts a challenge in on Frowny as they come up towards turn 3 then, still climbing. We'll just follow these guys through. Oh, a bit of dirt being kicked up by Frowny, trying to obscure the view of Enzo Jack, put him off a little bit. Not sure it's worked. Let's jump on board with Enzo Jack, shall we? We've not had apart from Harry Poppins' lap, we've not really had an on-board view, have we? So Enzo Jack then, looking at the back of Frowny, telling him to eat his shorts. Is Enzo Jack going to make a move before they get down towards turn 1 again? He's lining Frowny up. He's not going to have to pit, so he's okay. Into turn 9 they go then. Just keep an eye on the top left and see if Harry Poppins pulls in. Yes, he is. So Harry Poppins and Frowny, they've both gone in. So Enzo Jack now moves up into P3 with Wayne G leading, Scott in second. As I say, Enzo Jack has moved up into P3. Harry Poppins and Frowny both into the pits. Now it's not a long pit stop. It's only about 15 to 20 seconds, something like that, for a pit stop. But Harry Poppins out in 4th, Frowny in 5th. Aussie Rooster, this has given him an opportunity to catch up. So he is now not that far off the back of Frowny. Although, if you have a look at his front left tyre, he's going to have to pit at the end of this lap as well. So he's going to be struggling. Firepower, not too bad actually, tyre wear. He's got at least another 2 or 3 laps out of those tyres, so he can keep going. Vodka Rob, well, he's polishing his tyres, but he's not the only one, is he? And Pete down in 9th. Well, his tyres look fantastic, so whether he stopped, he may have even stopped actually, I don't know, but Pete really looking after his tyres. The lap times are there for Pete. I mean, he's at 1:14s, which is respectable. Oh, and we've got the 2 leaders back in again. So Wayne G and Scott are both in. That's allowed Enzo to keep going. So Enzo Jack now moves up into P1 and takes over the lead of this race. He stayed out. The others have had to pit for tyres. But Enzo, let's have a look at the gap. So I don't want to guess that. Was it 4 or 5 second gap? Back to Wayne G. Aussie Rooster, he's come into the pits as we predicted, so there's going to be a flurry into the pits, and we are on lap 12, so 9 to go including this one, as we're watching Wayne G trying to catch up to the back of Enzo Jack. Harry Poppins in 3rd, maybe thinking about looking after the tyres a little better for this final stint. Scott in 4th, Frowny in 5th. Vodka Robbie's into the pits as well. Oh, it's Frowny. Where you gone, Frowny? No, come back, come back. Let's have a look and see what happened to Frowny. Well, it all went wrong there, didn't it? Through the exit of the Rabbit's Ear up towards turn 3, so he's got a tyre full of sand. Again, picks up a little bit more on the exit of turn 3 into turn 4 at Budweiser Balcony. Oh, and that's it. It just went completely wrong on the exit, and a cloud of dust. He disappears. Come on, you've got to try and get back onto the track. He's let Firepower go through. He's there somewhere. Look at the dust being kicked up. Now he's got to clean them tyres again. So luckily enough, he's got a decent bit of road ahead of him to try and get them tyres clean, but unlucky for Frowny. Big off there. So Firepower now moves up into 5th. So just keeping it nice and steady is Firepower, and he's already moved up into 5th. And that's just as I say that, the commentator's curse. He kicks up a bit of dust himself. No, Firepower's into the pits as well. He's decided he wants a change of boots. Aussie Rooster in 7th. He's going to take over from Firepower. Yes, he is. So Aussie Rooster moves up into P6. Already made a stop as Aussie. So Firepower will rejoin in 7th again. Vodka Rob in 8th, a long way down, so he's obviously had some issues. No, he's done a stop as well, hasn't he? And then Pete down in 9th. So back up to the top then, and Enzo Jack looking very comfortable actually. Tyres about 40-45% wear on that front left. Okay for fuel, so yeah, Enzo Jack looking good actually at the minute. Wayne G, good distance behind him, but he has got Hairy Poppins and Scott chasing him down. Let's jump on board with Hairy Poppins, shall we? And then we can see, well, look at that review. We've got Scott really having a sniff round the rear end, isn't he? Really breathing it in. He's having a look on the inside now as they hit turn 1, and through goes Scott into P3. Not much that Hairy Poppins could do about that one. Scott just positioned the car exactly where he wanted it. So now it's up to Hairy Poppins. Maybe Hairy Poppins just looking after the tyres a little bit more. Realised on that first stint that, well, he'd have to make another stop, wouldn't he? If he'd have punished them like he did early doors. So he may just be looking after them, playing the longer game now. So we'll leave Hairy Poppins to it. Frowley in 5th now after that big off, and it was just about here, wasn't it, on the exit of turn 4 as they go into turn 5. Aussie Rooster in 6th. Very lonely racing for Aussie Rooster. Not sure if we've got any shorter tracks coming up, but he could do with them, couldn't he, just so he could have somebody to play with. Firepower in 7th. Well, even lonelier for him if you look at the top right. His nearest rival is Vodka Rob, and he has got to be at least 15 seconds, maybe more, gap with Pete. Well, Pete being lapped now, the blue flags are going. You can just see that Enzo Jack has gone by Pete. Oh, as Pete's gone off. Pete has gone off on the exit of turn 3 just as they're coming into Budweiser balcony at turn 4. Pete's gone off. This really is, he'll be glad to see the back of this track, I'm sure. It is not his track at all, as Frowley goes through as well. Well, we'll leave Pete to try and sort himself out. In the meantime, Enzo Jack still going on that same set of tyres that he started on, so fantastic tyre management from Enzo Jack as he comes up to take the cross the line to start lap 16. So far 16 laps on the one set of soft tyres. That is some going. Scott still with that fastest lap, a 1:11.7, and I'm just looking, Wayne G's got a 1:11.9, so 2/10 off for Wayne G, so he's right up there, isn't he? On a new set of tyres is Wayne G and Scott and Hairy Poppins. And Hairy Poppins, well, he's getting through his tyres again, isn't he? That front left, if you look at Scott, Wayne G. Well, Enzo, this is the original set, so you can't really compare that. But Wayne G and Scott, their tyres looking okay. Hairy Poppins, well, he's about 30%, something like that already. Remember, they all came in pretty much at the same time. Frowley in 5th after his big off, but looking comfortable though for 5th. Long way off of Hairy Poppins. Probably too much to ask for him to catch up, but he's also a long way ahead of Aussie Rooster, so 5th is looking pretty secure for Frowley at the minute. As we say, Aussie Rooster, that's a brave cameraman, isn't it, laying on the side of the track like that. Aussie Rooster in 6th, Vodka Rob in 7th, sorry, Firepower in 7th, Vodka Rob is in 8th, with Pete still down in 9th. So we've got Team Pilot in 9th and 1st, with everybody else sandwiched in the middle. So maybe these tyres starting to hurt Enzo Jack a little bit now. You can see the gap has reduced between himself and Wayne G. 4 laps to go. Can Enzo Jack hold on, or can Wayne G catch up? We know how quick Wayne G is. He is on a fresh set of boots, so the gap between the two of them is coming down. Scott is still there. Scott sniffing away at Wayne G. He's not going to let him get too far away, is he? A quick look behind, and Harry Poppins dropping off the pace a little bit now, so he's probably suffering with his tyres again as they cross the line to start lap 18 of 21. So around the rabbit's ear they go. Is that a song or a book or something? I don't know. Scott still chasing Wayne G. Wayne G chasing Enzo Jack and getting closer and closer actually. Enzo Jack just coming around turn 4 now, and Wayne G is, well, he can see him, can't he? And it's almost every turn, so let's just have a look at those tyres. Yeah, Enzo Jack, you see that front left is about gone. I mean, he has done an amazing job to take them through 18 laps. But they are going to start to hurt him now, and he is going to start losing pace. Just having a look, you can see, well, he's in the 13s still, which is pretty good going considering the state of his front tyre. But Wayne G is now down into the 12s. Wayne G has got the fastest lap as well at lap 16, a 1:11.7. So Wayne G is definitely the quicker out there, and he's catching Enzo Jack. Scott is in 3rd. He's staying with Wayne G. Harry Poppins in 4th. He would love to get up on the podium, wouldn't he? Oh, has Harry Poppins been on the podium? I don't think he has he? No, Harry Poppins has not been on the podium yet, although this is only the 2nd race. Last week was the endurance, so still very early days in this championship. Let's just go back up to the top, because I think this is where the battle really is laying. Wayne G, and so let's jump on board with Wayne G as we go down towards turn 8, the sweeper. This long sweeping right-hander, which then leads us into turn 9. And Wayne G almost on top of Enzo Jack now. Enzo Jack starting to suffer a little bit with those tyres. Wayne G just putting the hammer down. Through turn 1. And Wayne G just seems to be catching all the time. 2 laps including this one left. So can Wayne G actually get past? It's one thing to catch up to the back of Enzo Jack, it is another to get by. And now you can see that Wayne G, he really is right underneath the rear spoiler of Enzo Jack. Has got the better grip, and Enzo Jack, although he'll do what he can to defend his lines, I think it's only a matter of time before Wayne G makes the move. A quick look behind us to see where Scott is, so no real pressure from Scott at the minute. So Wayne G, full concentration on the car in front of him. Now is he going to make the move? No, he can't. Enzo Jack makes that McLaren as wide as he possibly can as they go through turn 8, down towards turn 9. And now is it a good exit is what Wayne G is looking for, so he can get into the slipstream. Scott trying to do exactly the same thing. Wayne G having a quick look. Yes, he's onto the inside now. Not much that Enzo Jack could do about that, and Wayne G goes through to take the lead. Enzo Jack having to slot in behind, but he's going to be thinking about whether holding on to P2 now, because Scott is going to be all over him. But fantastic racing from Wayne G. Now remember, Enzo Jack has not made a stop, so he's well, the fuel lights flashing, the tyres are about dead, but a fantastic achievement for Enzo Jack. He's currently sitting in second on the original set of tyres. Wayne G did make a stop, as did the rest of the field, and well, it proved fruitful for Wayne, because when he got them new tyres on, he could really get the hammer down. He's got the fastest lap so far, and he is looking good for the win. We're on the final lap. We're going to stay with Wayne G as we just enter into turn 9. This long sweeping right-hander, and Wayne G will be staring at the checkered flag. There we are, a flash of the light, so a good win for Wayne G. Enzo Jack comes in second. Fantastic race from him. Scott across the line in third, then Henry Poppins finishes in fourth. Frowney, he will finish in fifth. Good race really from Frowney, although he had that big spill early, didn't it? Well, mid-race. He should still be pleased with fifth. And across the line goes Frowney. Aussie Rooster, very lonely race for him, but he'll finish in sixth. Some good points to be had there for Aussie Rooster. Likewise for Firepower, he's going to pick up some decent points. Remember, the rest of the guys all missing, so they get nothing for their races. So Firepower, as he comes around turn 9 to bring that McLaren home in 7th. And then we just see in the distance there, Vodka Rob is going to follow him across the line in 8th. So that was race 1. Join me back here very shortly for race 2. And I shall catch you all soon.